Alright guys, so now we're looking at the metric system. We're past that and we're going to look at dimensional analysis. Okay, so all this is it's just a way or a tool to take things that are not metric units and convert them, right? And so it's just really simple math, so we're going to take a look at that. Alright, first thing here in dimensional analysis, we'll make conversion factors into fractions that we will multiply. For example, one conversion factor is 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. So we can make two fractions out of this, right? Just make them basically equal, right? 1 inch over 2.54 or 2.54 is equal to 1 inch. So that's how much a centimeter is in inches. And it's just an easy way to convert it, make it like a ratio. All right, so here's an example. So a pencil is 17.8 centimeters long. So what is its length in inches? Well, start off with what they give me, 17.8 centimeters. I want to go ahead and use my conversion factor that I just have. Notice that I'm going to put the whatever I want to cancel out on the bottom. All right, so I want to get rid of centimeters and go into inches. So I put that on the bottom so that I end up with just inches. So 17.8 times 1 divided by 2.54. Alright, they cancel out, and that's going to give me my answer there of 7.01 inches. Alright, so just make sure that you're using the correct number of significant figures based on the information that's given. Alright, so here I would just need to round it probably to about 7, and that would be good. Alright, so that's an easy example of using conversion factors. Alright, so now, usually, whenever we're doing this, you've got to figure out, okay, which number goes on top and which one goes on the bottom. Alright, so the unit that you want, that's what you're always going to put on the top. And the one that you want to cancel out, that's the one that you're going to put on the bottom. That way when you divide, you're just getting rid of those units. And you're left with only the one you want. So here's another example, right? A pencil is 8.1 inches. So how many centimeters is that? Alright, so now I've got to flip it around. Okay, I've got the inches on up here, so I need to put inches on the bottom. So 8.1, right, times 2.54 centimeters divided by 1. Well, that gets rid of the inches, and now all I'm left with is centimeters. Alright, so do the math, 21 centimeters there. And that's pretty straightforward. Alright, so those are easy, just one-step equations. Alright, sometimes we have to string quite a few together. Alright, and we're going to look at this in class, but here's an example. Alright, let's say Mrs. Sanderson's class is 47 minutes long. Well, how many days long is that? So how much time are you actually spending in a day in a class period? Alright, so first thing I start off with is I'm going to take what they gave me, which is the minutes. Alright, well, I know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So you'll notice that I put the minutes on the bottom to get rid of those. And now I'm in hours. Okay, well, I know that there are 24 hours in 1 day. So I put the hours on the bottom of the next part. So that is going to cancel out minutes. It's going to cancel out hours. And now I'll be left with just days, which is what I want. All right, so notice how those like units cross-cancel each other out. So my answer would end up being 0.033 days. All right, so you're spending, not a whole lot of time of your day in one class period. So make sure you're paying attention. Alright guys, well hopefully see how easy it is, and so we will practice more of this tomorrow and this coming up week, so go ahead and make sure you got all the notes written down, and we'll see y'all in class.